people burned out on the tiny house? Whatever. Hey there guys, Dave Thomas, owner of Dave Thomas and the Dream Team here. And of all the videos we've made, almost none of them receive pretty much any engagement on any of our social media platforms, which is fine. I'm fine with the grind. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. At this point, I'm pretty much just a husk talking into a camera, kind of like I imagine Steve-O is anymore these days, or Pee Wee Herman. Who knows what they're even up to. Except I was never famous. I just started from the bottom. Now we still at the bottom. So I wanted to remake the tiny house video with a little bit more quality than what the original 2 videos were, just to add a little bit of validity. Because of all the videos we've made, they're the only ones that seem to receive any amount of engagement. We're gonna be talking about tiny houses right now. I get it. I understand tiny houses. I understand why people want them. They're relatively cheap, although right now they're actually at an all-time high. I think the average tiny house sale for greenhouse here, or for house green, whatever. A local tiny house builder here in Colorado Springs is like $80,000 right now, which isn't super cheap if you ask me, but cheaper than the average home sale, which is like $325K right here in the Springs. But the big problem, guys, is let's stop pretending like they're an appreciating asset. Yes, they're cheap and your payment on it might be cheaper than a normal home, and you can travel more, I guess, but they aren't gonna be an addition to your portfolio when you go to retire. And that's what I hate about the tiny house movement, is everybody keeps talking like they're a good investment, and they're not. They're just more affordable than a regular home. As far as tiny houses go, it feels like the sort of martyrdom that hippies have to go through, where they live in these tiny houses and they're suffering so that their carbon footprint is smaller and they're not having as big of an impact on the environment. But at the same time, they're still just a bad investment. So we'll use a Tesla as an example. Let's say you go out and buy a $60,000 Tesla, which is apparently good for the environment. Even though if you own a Tesla here in Colorado Springs, it's not an electric powered car. It's technically a coal powered car, because Colorado Springs electricity runs on coal, just so you know. Anyway, even though that car is green, it's still depreciating. It will not be worth $60,000 when you go to sell it. It'll be worth like $40,000. Thus, you've lost a $20,000 margin when you go to sell the vehicle. Your tiny house works in the exact same way. In addition, the arguments that I hear from people when they do leave comments on the tiny house video, they ignore all of the things that real estate can do. On a long enough timeline, it always appreciates in value. Even the people who survived through the crash in 2008, their homes are actually worth more than they were at the peak in 2006 now. Yes, your home does go up and down, and at certain points in time it will depreciate, but on a long enough timeline, it will always appreciate. You just have to live through the peaks and the valleys, and over 30 years when you go to retire, it guaranteed will be worth more than you bought it for 30 years ago. In addition, you can actually depreciate the property on your taxes, and because it's collateralized, meaning that when you go to get a loan on it, you can use it as collateral against the loan. The interest rates are lower, you can put almost no money down on it, and you can rent it out. So what you can do is you can put very little money down on the home, 5 to 10% down, not the 20% or 25% all these people keep leaving in the comment section. You don't have to put 20% down on the home anymore. It's not 1964. You can put 5 or 10% down on your home, put a tenant in there, and then from there the property is appreciating. You get to depreciate it on your taxes, so it lowers your tax liability, and somebody else who's not even you is investing in the property for you and paying down the principal. So I dare you to go buy a tiny house today and have one of your friends buy a real home at the same time, and talk to each other in 10 years and see whose portfolio is worth more money. Guys, this is America. If you want to go and buy a tiny house, do it. Go crazy. I'm not telling you you're a bad person. I'm just trying to let you know that you're not helping your portfolio. It's just like how I want Michelob Ultra to stop pretending that it's a health food. Their commercials practically look like it's a protein shake. So as always, if you're thinking about buying a home, if you're thinking about selling property, if you're thinking about buying a tiny house, just contact us. I will show you the numbers and show you why it makes so much more sense to purchase a real estate investment at any given time, even in the seller's market, because on a long enough timeline, you are going to be way better off than if you had purchased a tiny home. So if you have questions, if you want a free consultation, you can always call this number. You can email us, or you can contact us from our website, daveandthedreamteam.com. We are here to help. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.